know, you take a look at this group of Spurs and you wonder if they've peaked. I mean, it seems you say that a lot with this team, and they prove you wrong. What Popovich said last year, he feels it might actually be the case.
Spurs trail by 4. You know, one thing about this San Antonio team, they just didn't go away last year. Pop himself said he felt they peaked in the 2014 finals.
You know, and you wonder if what Pop said is true. Spurs lost in the first round last year, and they'll be going through a lot of changes in the near future. And with the way they run that organization, they'll still be competing, I believe, for quite some time.
San Antonio calls timeout. And guys, Tim Duncan still dominant after 18 years. You know, he's reshaped his body. He has gotten a brand new diet, which he says has had a huge benefit. We saw it in the playoffs last year. Greg, I think you know, he probably was one of the top 5 overall performers in last year's playoffs.
No doubt about it. We continue to write this guy off, Kevin, and he just continues to defy Father Time. I mean, there was a point where he was starting to feel the wear and tear, especially in his knees, but being the competitor he is, he decided to dictate to his body rather than letting his body dictate to him.
Spurs trail by 4. The 3 from Mills. The Cavaliers pull it in. Thompson's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying Clark to get back into this game like this.
Yeah, definitely a jam with emphasis. A big apostrophe or exclamation point. How about maybe even a question mark, partner?
Yeah, I would have to say there are a lot of questions right now from a defensive standpoint. That's for sure.
On the basket by Jones.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from inside the paint area.
There's got to be a wall of defense when it comes to attacking the paint. Plain and simple. And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling. And they continue to add to their lead. They might be ready to pull away.
No surprise from my end. I mean, they've been really good, and they're looking even better at this moment.
And so we conclude the first half. Cavaliers lead by 10. Live from the AT&T Center in San Antonio, you're watching 2K Sports.
And now, your Spurs.
The second half just about to get going here. Kevin Love with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Yeah, you know, one of the things about the truly greats of our game is that sometimes you get spoiled because of how consistent they can be. And so far, another big scoring night for him.
And oftentimes when he puts up that many points in the first half, he follows it up with an even better second half. We'll see if that's the case here.
And the second half about to start here in just a few moments.
Well, Love had a great quarter. He has 8 points, and he's done a little bit of work behind the arc. He's got a pair of 3-pointers.
And you know what? The defenders have that in the back of their minds now. They'll be on him a little tighter.
Parker and Green are the guard pairing. Duncan out there with LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Leonard in the 3 spot. That's the San Antonio 5.
Maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that.
And we know he's capable of those memorable dunks.
Yeah, and when he's got a lead like that, why not take a few chances? A lot more engaging and entertaining than just doing the old ho-hum one-hander.
How about that? Breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk.
A nice way to pad that lead a little more.
Yes, indeed. And guys, remember LaMarcus Aldridge last January suffering a torn ligament in his thumb, scheduled to undergo surgery and miss 2 months of the season, but he opted to tough it out and keep playing. And boy, how big was that for the Blazers?
And Thompson kicks to Williams. Jones from outside. Back to Williams. Pass to Varejao. Jones from outside. Again, the miss by Jones.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
And Aldridge postponing that thumb injury surgery, even though they said it might double his eventual recovery time.
Yeah, I think it's pretty admirable that he was out there because he wasn't just playing in pain. He was playing hurt. That shows you his commitment to winning.
Takes a three. And Jones gets it to go in on the assist by Shumpert.
What are you going to do defensively? Such separation with the height advantage in that matchup.
It's not really a surprise at this point, but the Spurs were in the playoffs last year. 18th consecutive appearance.
Yeah, and they weren't in that usual top 3 spot, though. Although, had they won the last game instead of being the 6th, they could have been the 2nd.
Right.
Didn't have that home court advantage, and as they went up against the Clippers, it really cost them in that 7th game.
There's Parker with the 3, and that one's good.
That shot becomes effortless for him when the D is so relaxed. They've got to get more intense.
Irving from long range. Cleveland the rebound. Love dishes to Smith. No one near James as he lets it go. No good with the triple.
And against the Clippers, the Spurs didn't have home court advantage. I mean, ended up playing a big part in that series. They ended up losing in Game 7 in Staples with some questionable timekeeping, but that's not why they lost.
They get it again. Here's Marjanovic. Spurs passing it around. And the shot is good. And that's now 6 points for Tony Parker.
As long as they keep spraying them from deep, we're going to have ourselves one exciting finish.
Yeah, it took them a while, but now they're starting to get into a flow from outside. And boy, is that timely. And that Spurs series sure didn't feel like a first-round matchup. I mean, you could have easily have seen either team playing for the title, regardless of who won the series. Both teams acknowledge that it felt like a conference finals matchup.
Smith. Love kicks to Smith. That's in there. Love with the assist. 8 points for J.R. Smith.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
That is a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he was on the money, that's no doubt. Irving for 3. Cleveland the rebound.
There's another opportunity, and everything's going right for these guys.
And Parker with the block. .44 seconds left here in the third quarter. The Cavaliers leading by 14. Nobody near Irving. Drops in the tray. Irving's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Out of bounds. Cleveland will take possession.
In for your Spurs, Tim Duncan.
The Cavaliers shoot 37% so far in the third quarter, and they're not satisfied with this lack of offensive execution. Smith, no luck.
And honestly, not real happy with the shot selection on that one.
Yeah, clearly a brain fade there. He's got to be a little smarter in his choice making. Now that's finishing your work right there.
Powerful two-hand jam, you're right.
And I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will start shrinking even further.
JR
Connects from three-point range.
Woodridge.
Smith's got 11 points. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Cavaliers on top. They lead by 18. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the fourth quarter. And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup. So we'll see how much things change up here. And Cleveland looking at who they've got to start the fourth quarter. Thompson and Varejao at the 4 and 5. Amon Shumpert is out there with Mo Williams. And it's Jones in at the small forward. That is good.
Another gap in the defense found there, and they've really had their number today. And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
From deep. And there's Mo Williams on the assist from Jones. And it's 8 points for Williams.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
And another three for Cleveland.
For three.
And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Cavaliers.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ball game.
And I also love what they've done defensively in terms of closing out to the shooters, getting a hand up, just making them feel a little uncomfortable on the offensive end.
Tell you what, coaches love to see that kind of hustle, guys. I mean, getting after it on the offensive board, that's always a winning play.
Absolutely.
Yeah. The hustle's great, guys, but I think we all prefer to see the finish when you can go up and throw it down like that. And I love the fact that he didn't have to slow down or adjust there. The pass was just timed perfectly. Quick hands on the steal and then just bad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
This shot's it's not there right now with his team leading. Perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game. Easy to see who's going to win that race.
Yeah, early offense is often easy offense. Excellent work that time.
On the wing, Thompson. Covered by Duncan. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Jones. And it comes off the front of the rim. On offense, here are the Spurs. Good momentum, 8 straight points. Nobody near Parker. Drains it from beyond the arc.
This is not a tough case to crack. I mean, if they want to put an end to this run, they'll need to start getting back on defense.
You can't fall asleep in transition. Everybody needs to hightail it back to stop these fast break chances.
Thompson with the bucket.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today. And guys, last season was a painful one for Anderson Varejao. He had finally shaken the back injury that sidelined him the year before, signs the multi-year contract extension with the Cavs. Things were starting to look up. Then only 3 weeks later, he tears the Achilles and was ruled out for the season. You talk about a tough break.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Guys, thank you. I got a chance to hear what Greg Popovich was saying to his team. He's not pleased with the careless turnovers offensively, saying, listen, we've got to get shots. It's as simple as that. We have to play smart and value the basketball. Kevin, did it sink in?
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, Greg, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it, gritty and rough, but that's how you win games.